Alrighty, give me 1 second, everybody. Alright, so I know we all ended the stream today. Well, welcome to the Aftermarket show. I know it's a little late. I've been working on a bunch of other projects right now, though. We did kind of have like a pretty red day. I ended up taking 3 small losses on SPY before we actually ended up hitting our 1709 call. I'll actually run that by you guys real fast and how everything went down. We ended up buying that SPY call pretty much right around, so we'll switch this down to the 3-minute chart. I'll run this out. Ended up pretty much buying our SPY call right about here, 704.94, ran up to 707, and then quickly hit this one key level here at 707.29, dropped back down, and then had a huge end of the day rally. What it looks like around 3:30. Then this mysterious, bizarre sell-off hit. And when this sell-off hit, it almost looked like it completed this Thursday-Friday gap between Thursday's close and Friday's open. After that, the market pretty much closed out, but in the aftermarket session, everything started popping almost immediately. Going through our current options right now. Let me switch Rocket Lab back down to the 1-hour chart real fast. See right here in this aftermarket session, this first big candle going up. We'll bring Rocket Lab down to 4-hour level so you guys can see it here just a little bit better. We'll get rid of the bookmarks bar. So Rocket Lab ended up closing at about 86.58 after reaching a low of the day of 85.80. Price action definitely reached down to this 4-hour bullish order block and started rebounding right as the aftermarket session happened. Now in the overnight session, I'm actually bringing that up real fast. Remember too, these are Rocket Lab 101 calls for a 501 expiration, so we actually got some time on them. We actually have like another week on these ahead. They're unlike the other options that we opened today. So right now in the overnight session, Rocket Lab sitting at about 88.75, up about 2.46 overnight right now. Hopefully if that bullish momentum continues, like, we should be pretty much near close to break even or ahead. Next, IREN. Let me bring that up for you guys. Alright. Now, IREN kind of broke our backs today. You know, we got it on the trade. We got it on the trade early, and then it started dumping. Same thing. All of our plays so far had this massive dump and then started rebounding in the aftermarket session. Each one of our plays has generated some sort of 4-hour block that it's bouncing off of, in that it actually bounced off of in the aftermarket session, as you can prove here with IREN, as you just saw with Rocket Lab. Well, IREN closed at about 45.17, and then what the hell? And then closed in the aftermarket session at 46.33. Overnight, 46.73. IREN is up 158, 3.5% in the overnight session. Our next one, our Microsoft 435 call, slated for 424. That one was at an average cost of 233. At close, we were at 151. Let's go on ahead and get her up right now. All right, so Microsoft did have a sell-off today, but everything pretty much sold right back into these big 1-hour blocks that's sitting right here. There's one big 1-hour block and a 10-hour block here. Not 10-hour, 10-minute block, I apologize. But had a big open, a sell-off. What almost would look like how an inside candle here forms on the 4-hour, a 1-hour bearish inside, and could that easily go down. Well, as long as the RSI this fast line for the RSI here keeps upticking, I could probably see a squeeze tomorrow. Probably back up to 428, up to 431. In the overnight session, we're sitting at about 427.05. It's up about 0.66%, up about $2.80. Right now, that's looking pretty good for us. Now, Adobe. Now, mind you, we took this Adobe play based on some information that we got that Adobe was supposed to have this big announcement today. I forgot to mark that here, but we're in a market right now, and look at this shit. We got in on Adobe here on the 1 hour, probably about right here, up about 252.37 or 251.94. I don't exactly remember. And then we spike up and then we sell off. Now, same thing. Sell off for most of the day. Aftermarket, this big, huge candle pops. So apparently their news was that they were going to do a $25 billion stock repurchase program. Usually from how I understand, whenever companies start doing stock buybacks, like it could be a bullish sentiment to it. But right now, I want to see how everything reacts, because mind you, Adobe closed at what looks like 247.34 right down here, and then within the first hour of the aftermarket session, shot from 247.29 all the way up to 259.25, and then sold off and then closed that candle what looks like to be about 252.58, with the aftermarket session ending about 252.34 overnight. At the moment, it is up $6.35 overnight, about 2.57% overnight session. It's holding at about 253.47, which is about just like right here. I can't get it perfectly, but between 252, 53, 52 right here. So if everything can stay above in the pre-market session tomorrow morning, around 253.18 to about 254.84, I think that we can finally go green on this dreadful trade that we ended up getting ourselves into. Things really aren't looking all that bad. AI, here's one AI $10 calls. We got in at 0.6. Right now we are sitting at 0.44. Same thing, got in, huge sell-off, little bit of a pop in the aftermarket, nothing as drastic as what we've seen so far out of Rocket Lab and Adobe and all that. In the overnight session, AI is sitting at about up 1.2%, or just at 11 cents overnight though. We're pretty much looking to see how this is going to transpire, and plus also we also have at least about another 3 weeks on this contract. This has a May 15th expiration on it. Finally, we're at Soxel. This is the one that I wanted to go over with, because even though this did have 2 drastic drops today, look at what happened in the aftermarket. So we ended up noticing a couple $1 million call sweeps coming into Soxel today, which pretty much enticed us to take this opening position here. Of course, we got in, sold off, and then it dipped down just like everything else did. But everything started to hit this what looks to be about the 95.31 level, and then rapidly started pumping back up. It kept selling off, dipping down, and buying back up. People were buying up Soxel for most of the day right now. And then when it pretty much closed at about 98.12, it had a very big aftermarket session. Aftermarket session, of course, opened up at 98.11, it looks like, and then ended up closing at 122. Now, here's the thing: in the aftermarket session, it's up 3.5%, or about $3.43, and at about 101.50 right now. So here's where we're actually sitting in regards to Soxel, and I'm going to mark that with a line for y'all so y'all can see it online. And then we're just going to make the note here, overnight. (10:56 p.m., 421, 1026. So, granted, with the momentum that stocks looks like it's having in the aftermarket, like we hope to have like a pretty good pop on this tomorrow at open. Right now, like based on what Robinhood would have in terms of simulating like our returns, we're only looking at a small like 7, 8% win, but like we do have this contract for the end of the week, and I would like to see it push. If it somehow opens at about 101.51, I would like to see it push probably into the 102.35, into the 103 before I can consider exiting it for a decent amount of profit. As of right now, I do not have anything big on my watch list because right now I ended up making the big mistake of over trading today. And right now I'm kind of in a little bit of a hole overall. I am down about 11. I was down about 11% for the day, as opposed to being up. I think we were up about 4 or 5% yesterday. So we have some work to do for the remainder of the week. I remain optimistic in our system and our plays. We had a rough day. Like we're sitting at all-time highs, like in a lot of things, and you're trying to do a lot of management. I have nobody to blame but myself. We're all going to learn from this and become a lot better at it. And thank you all for coming with me and sharing the journey right now. Just real fast, just to go over SPY right now. Again, sell off in the morning. They had a big aftermarket session too, so I hope that SPY can somehow like reclaim the pre-market high from today at about 712.25 here. So this right now, like we are in that critical juncture though. We have an RSI bullish cross here, double back bullish cross here on the 1 hour. This does look to be pretty promising, but if everything continues this downward push, this could be like another day of it trying to peak up here at what level is this? What did I draw this level at? I got a rogue level here for some odd fucking reason. But this 709.01 level like is pretty important because like this would pretty much be the last bastion before it could pop back up into 712. As opposed to the Qs, same thing with SPY, but there's a lot of tech related stocks that are having a lot of big buys right now. So QQQ is pretty much going to see a little bit more positive upswing than SPY right now. In regards to such, QQQ pretty much reclaimed the 645 level from dipping all the way down into 642.21 earlier on today. Futures wise, like let's take a quick look at the futures again. I don't play futures, but again, like this is kind of a good idea to see where things are going. Futures right now, the S&P 500 ES1 is sitting at about 71.3950. I'm still looking at everything kind of re-pivoting back up to this level here. Just like in SPY, it's just a little scaled a little bit different, but 71.8525. Same thing as if you're going back to SPY over here. I think this was 712.35 or 712.30, 712.38. Yeah, 712.38. I had a friend of mine ask me about Bitcoin today, so I'll just throw Bitcoin up here real fast. This is from the Coinbase exchange. Last couple hours, it looks like it pretty much popped down here from the what does this look like? The 75. I'm gonna say 75,024.75 level. Right now it's trading at about 77,475. Actually 77,529.58. 4 hour chart, I'd say watch out for this double top right here at about 78,390. You could actually double top out here and come back down to retest 762, 7836. Possibly, and then go bearish a little bit more down here to 73, 741.53. You right down into this bullish order block right here to probably gain some buyers back up. You know, on the 4-hour, your RSI looks like it's about to break the upper end of that snap band, and once that happens, you can possibly almost visualize price action hitting here. And then once this fast line on the RSI breaks back, actually crosses under into the upper snap band back again, then you'll start to see your move back down, potentially up. But if it does continue like to go up, next liable level, if it does break 78,390, next level above that I would take a look at is 80,585.46, and then after that would be 82,000 ahead of that. Again, this is Cliff from Trishula Software with the Aftermarket Report. It was a rough day, but we will be vigilant and we will fight back tomorrow, and we will work harder and we will be smarter. All right. We only expect good outcomes out of ourselves and each other, you know. And if you're ever down, always remember you are the best. You know, your belief is always with you. You are a winner. Today is your day. You are willing to go all the way. You believe in yourself. You provide for your family and your loved ones, and you are overflowing with power. Again, this is Cliff from Trishula Software with the Aftermarket.